All right, hey guys, we're back. Today is a more of a little bit of a smaller video, but and today I am going to be rating the 15 fears from the Magnus Archives. What's the Magnus Archives? It's a horror podcast. Um, basically sum it up. It's a very spooky horror podcast. It'll send you give you shivers down your spine. But yes, in the show there are fears that basically are like these all-powerful things, but honestly I would recommend watching the Magnus Archives before like watching this at all. So like if for some reason you've opted on this, go watch the Magnus Archives. Go do it. There's like 200 episodes, so have fun. But now that I have the actual fans here, yeah, we're getting into this, and I need to be clear of something when when making this tier list. This is a me personal thing, all right? This is just about where I would rate these fears and what I feel about them. And this is kind of this one's gonna be like really raw. And for all you guys who, for all the fans who like want to know my disposition, yes, I've seen all of the Magnus Archives. I'm all caught up in protocol. Let's get into this. All right, so first things first, the first one we're gonna do, the corruption. Now, the corruption, my good sir, I actually like you. I actually think you're pretty cool. I'm putting you in B. You're actually pretty cool. The reason why is because, again, one of the first fears that kind of introduced itself into the series. Well, not more of like we see the characters interact with this one mainly due to like Jane Prentice. You know, with her whole thing going on. You know, she was chosen by the corruption. You know, the corruption made a good impression on me when it was first introduced, when Martin first like discovered it. That's when like, and also it was like one of the times where like the show was like starting to like catch my attention, because at first I was just listening, but then after like Martin came back and talked about what happened to him, I was like, oh, okay, tell me more. So yes, corruption, I'm putting you in B. You're pretty good. I like you. All right, next up we're going to do next is, let's see, Desolation. Sure. All right, Desolation. I mean, Desolation's cool. For me personally, I wasn't really the biggest fan of it. I don't like how a certain someone burned my Pookie John. But the Desolation's fine. I don't hate it, but I don't love it either. So I'm gonna put you in C. Right there. Alright, next, the Flesh. When it comes to the Flesh, okay, okay, I like the piss meat stories. Like, whenever I think of the Flesh, always the first thing that just comes to my mind is the piss meat. The piss meat is just... Goodness. Alright, just for the piss meat alone, I'm gonna put you in B, next to corruption. Also, you were one of the fears that attacked the Institute, which I think is pretty based, pretty ballsy of you. I fuck with it. Next up, I want to do, which one is the next one? Oh, you could just tell how raw this video is gonna be when it's done. You know, let's do this one next. The next one I want to do is the Dark. Okay, so I'm gonna be real when it comes to the Dark. I'm not really the biggest fan of it. I think it's a good fear, but it's like, out of all of the things, I wasn't really like too interested in this fear specifically. Like, a lot of people like talk about the blanket doesn't do anything thing story, but I didn't really care too much about the Dark. Like, it is a good fear again, but like I personally just didn't care too much. Like, I was like, okay, yeah, you're the darkness. Yeah, cool. You do your thing. So I'm putting you in E. I didn't really like you. Alright, next up we are going to do the Vase. Now the Vase, on the other hand, I actually love the Vase. I think it's pretty cool. I like the book. I like the book Al Extora, you know. I personally like its powers, as well as like as well as like the feeling of vertigo. I genuinely think it's like a cool fear, something to be afraid of. I think this one's pretty good. It's pretty good fear. I fuck with you a lot. I'm going to put you in A because I actually do kind of like you. Yeah, you got my attention. Next up, next one I'm gonna do is the spiral. Okay, now the spiral. I'm putting you in S immediately. I love you so much. I love the spiral. It is one of my favorite fears. Michael was my Pookie, and I loved him very much. I will stand by this until I die. I wish Helen never existed. But anyways, we're moving. But yes, I love the spiral. Michael was like one of the like best things to happen to it. And I hate Helen. I'm glad John basically ceaseless watched her face. Goodbye forever. Well, except in protocol, but we don't talk about that. Let's not get into too much details. Alright. Next one I want to deal with, the slaughter. I actually think the slaughter is pretty cool. This is another one I actually have no complaints with. I just think it's pretty based. Also, Melanie I just thought was cool when she was a bit of a slaughter avatar for a little bit. I thought she was pretty cool. She kicked the Flesh's ass, well, when it tried to invade the archives, which I thought was pretty cool. Respectable. Next up, the end. The end? Okay, yeah. Okay, so... okay, I like the end, but not, like, too much. There's only one specific thing I like from the end, and it's the dice. The dice story. That's, like, one of the few things I actually like about the end. I do also like its thing of, like, it makes you, like, I do like how the end also, like, has this thing where it can just, like, make you not be afraid of your own death, which I think is a pretty cool power. But, other than that, I don't really care too much for it. But, yeah, I think the end's okay. I don't like it, but I don't hate it. But I don't like it enough to put it near the other two. I just think it has the really good item. There's one, like, artifact from the end I like, and that's the dice. So I'll put you there. Alright, next up we got the Lonely. Now, for the Lonely, Peter Lucas was cool, you know? Like, I like the powers of the Lonely, but, I don't know, it's just, I didn't really, like, feel all full, like, I think it's cool, like, I would put the Lonely, this is another one between, like, C and B, I'm not too sure. Oh, nah, you were pretty cool. I'll put you at B. I think the Lonely's look pretty good. Alright, next one we're gonna talk about is the Extinction. Honestly, I'm putting you, actually no, I'm putting the Extinction. The Extinction stays in F, actually. Terrible fear. I actually hate you. I don't think you should have never existed. I hate the Extinction. I actually think you're just cringe. Alright, next up we're going to talk about is the Hunt. Okay, so the Hunt, I think this was another pretty, like, cool one. I do like how, I do like the whole thing with the Hunt. It's like, you know, bloodlust. You know, it's like, you're hunting people. You're going after people. I hate, but you know the funny thing is, I hate I hate the two people who we know were like people of the Hunt, like Basira and Daisy. I didn't like them. I didn't like them very much. But other than that, I'm gonna put you in C. Yeah, I like the Hunt, but I just don't like the people who were a part of it in the Magnus archives. Next up, we're gonna talk about the Stranger. See, okay, now with the Stranger, I think you're pretty cool too, because you're one of the few fears to actually get you came pretty close to getting your ritual off, which I find that respectable. Wait, I just remembered something. No, I gotta realize something. I need to put the end in B, because I think the end is one of the most based of the fears, because he does the end, it doesn't really want a ritual, because people are always just going to, like, freaking die, so it's literally just chilling there. Like, unlike all the other fears, like how they kind of want rituals, the end's just chilling. It's just like, yeah, I'm just here. I just remembered that, and I'm like, yes, I'm putting you here. You're pretty cool. You're actually pretty cool. Okay, but the Stranger, again, I think it's pretty cool. Again, a cool fear. Kill Sasha. It's pretty based. I'm not really the biggest like clown fan and all that stuff, but other than that, I do think it's a cool fear. So, ah, you know what? Why not? Yeah, I'll put you in B. You're pretty cool. All right, next up, what's this? Oh, the buried. This was another one that okay, I know about the buried. I did like the coffin episode. Oh wait, I actually like the buried ritual. I like the ritual where like all these people were just like going down into the fucking hole. I thought that was like really creepy, but also really cool. But at the same time, I also do like the fact that like, as well, like when it comes to like what John had to do to like get a certain someone out of the coffin too, which I thought was like, I thought that was cool too, like how he needed like the whole anchor stuff. Well, okay, I think the berry's cool. I think the berry is cool, and it's really scary because you can like just straight up like get fucked, just being buried alive. It's cool, but like, it doesn't. It didn't get me like the other ones. So I'm just gonna put you. I'm gonna put you in C. Like you're all right. All right. Next up, the eye. Get on up here, buddy. And you're probably wondering, why is the eye up here? I just have one word to say to you all. Elias Bouchard. I end my case. I end my statement ends. Now the last one. The web. F tier. I hate you so much. I hate you. I genuinely hate you. You are the worst. I do not like you. And I hope that I see your demise in protocol. Or whatever happens. I wish nothing but the worst for the web. I hate it so much. And yeah, that basically ends my little thing. This is where I rate all the fears. And yeah, that'll be the end of this video. I'll see you all for the next one.